Grew up in Miami, Florida. I was a member of Masjid Al Ansar in Miami. My father, my mom. I have 8 siblings, and so we had a pretty noisy household. I'm actually the middle child. And as I grew up, I am in North Miami. I graduated from North Miami Senior High, and I went on to nursing school at University of Miami Jackson Memorial Hospital School of Nursing. Graduated from there with an RN diploma, and I later went on to Miami-Dade Community College and Florida International University, where I obtained the bachelor's, master's, nurse practitioner, and now I'm a doctor of nursing practice.
That is interesting. So I'm going to have to cut you here and there for the benefit of our viewers, because we got viewers all over the world, you know, east, west, north, south. So they would be so interested in hearing a little more. Now, you mentioned that you grew up in Masjid Al Ansar.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your Muslim history now.
Okay. So my father was James Muhammad Sharif. He was very involved in the masjid and believed in basically feeding everyone. And so he started a food bank, which I worked in on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with him. And he was a business owner. He had a women's clothing business, and I believe that's probably where I got my entrepreneurial spirit from, is my dad. My mother used to teach elementary school English, and so I had a great childhood growing up, and it was just strengthened by the foundation of my Muslim culture and religion.
What year around, I mean, I'm not too sure if you would remember, but whatever you can remember, what year your dad was around
in the 70s. Oh yeah, throughout the 70s. So I'm born in 1971. So of course, actually the 60s, because my dad had been in Miami since he was 17. He met my mother at 17. My mother was 15. They've got married and had 8 kids. And so we were members of the masjid from the time my mom and my dad were together. So
the reason why I asked that, because Masjid Al Ansar has a history with Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. Would your dad have ever run into him in his early days?
Yeah, I grew up seeing Muhammad Ali constantly at the Masjid Al Ansar.
Tell us a little bit about that. You know, the world knows Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay.
Yeah.
So what was your experience with him? When did you meet him? What do you remember?
So I started seeing Muhammad Ali probably when I was about 4 years old. That's as far back as I can remember. And he used to come to Masjid Al Ansar quite a bit because he loved my grandmother's cooking.
Wow.
So my grandmother ran the kitchen at the masjid, and he loved her bean pies. So that's what she used to make for him. So you know, yeah, he was huge in terms of changing the dynamics and the way people viewed the Islam religion, and he really did a lot for society in terms of helping the African American people see that they had value. I think that for a long time people devalued the African American community, and they disregarded the Muslim community, and I think that Muhammad Ali brought a sense of validity to that.
So now you're not only the first African American female mayor of Broward County, but the first Muslim mayor of Broward County.
That is correct.
You got many hats and many flags that go with you. You know, we probably need another show to talk about your background and all these interaction that you have.
I would love to come back.